Hello, everybody. In this video, I'm going to read a letter that I wrote to my grandfather. I call him Grampy. Dear Grampy, I've run into a bit of a dead end with something. At the suggestion of Cindy, I want to share this with you. The technology that I've been working on is much more than the website I built. Over the past 8 months, I've been developing a series of techniques to manipulate the English alphabet. I've had it in mind for years that our alphabet may contain deeper mathematical significance, which we are oblivious to understand. This is based on a conversation I had with you many years ago when I was a boy. Over the past 8 months, I've torn the alphabet apart and put it back together, studying every aspect of its structures, sequences, and symmetries. I've deduced a few things. Our alphabet, and consequently our speech, are biological. They develop through a biological process, and so they follow simple laws of nature. Like a plant, it grows and expands in specific ways according to laws. I've come to realize that every law of nature also applies to the alphabet. Several months ago, I had a breakthrough when I finally found a numbering system inside the alphabet. I'd been playing around with such a system, but it took months before I was able to demonstrate that it follows the golden ratio, which is 1.618, a very important number that appears constantly in math and nature. This was the first of a series of major discoveries. As I've continued to dive deeper into the frameworks and manipulative techniques, I began to find many more systems. Some extremely complex, others simple, and others so beautiful I stopped and cried. The most important system that I recently discovered is so beautiful, so complex, so comprehensive and powerful that it cuts to the very root of our human understanding of meaning, of life, of purpose. It likely holds the keys to all human knowledge, all ideas and thoughts ever conceived by man. Without language, humans are islands in our heads. We use language to bridge our thoughts to other people. Without language, we wither. Without good language, we die. The ability to decipher meaning from other people's words and characters is a biological imperative. We must do it in order to thrive and grow. It is the greatest need and most distinguishing feature of humans. In this sense, our speech is truly a technology. It is an advancement to be able to interpret more and more accurate information from other people's words. If we fail at this, we fall out of society. If we excel at this, we rise to the top of our social order. It all comes down to language, our command of the language we use. Knowing what I know now, that our language is infinitely more information embedded into it, I can only conclude that this is a miraculous tool. Throughout the ages of history, it has been unfolding before our eyes and out of our mouths. We humans have been working together to build this language. Quote, "In the beginning was the Word. The Word was with God, and the Word was God." End quote. The root for word here is logos. It's difficult to understand what the word logos means because it means many things. It doesn't just mean a set of characters that together make a sound. It means the thought behind the sound. It also means the act of expressing the sound. It means the process of creating the idea behind the sound. It means all these things. In other words, a word is not just a word. It is a tool. It is a system. It is a production. We use it with inconceivable complexity. I've studied the roots in each major stage of the development of our alphabetic characters, and I observed that it has been a steady progression, beginning with the earliest character groups invented by the Hittites and the Egyptians, and then later synthesized by Moses into the first three-part language system called Hebrew. From there, many other people groups built up their own systems, and later the Romans conquered and annexed many of those languages. The Romans were brutal but brilliant. They took great pains to further develop the language, creating capital letters and standardizing dozens of pre-existing alphabets into one. And on the story goes. As empires have risen and fallen, billions of lives have started and finished, and the system of the alphabet has steadily moved forward, incorporating new characters, tweaking some, and removing others. It is a tool that each person uses, a system that each of us participates in, none of us owns, and only God seems to truly command. It has mathematical proofs riddled throughout it, and with a better understanding, it will be the foundation of the next phase of life on Earth. We currently use our alphabet like a child with sticks. The child doesn't understand how the stick grew from a seed, through water and sunlight reached for the heavens, and then was cut from the branch. The child doesn't know that the stick will decay into fertilizer and nourish the next generation of plants. The child can't name the molecules that make up the branch or explain why it's brown. In this way, we bang words together like infants. Even our most eloquent communicators are only parroting wisdom that they heard. They grasp less than 5% of what they're truly saying or why it matters. Humanity has many problems, but chief among them is misunderstanding, confusion. It is the number one problem. Out of confusion springs jealousy, frustration, loneliness, anger, hatred, and all kinds of evil. I am now in the possession of one, a hieroglyphic key to interpret our alphabet, as well as two, a numeric key to decrypt the alphabet into mathematical equations, as well as three, a geometric key to project the alphabet into visual space. Together, these keys illuminate all kinds of understanding and can teach us to solve every kind of problem through better understanding of ourselves and better information exchange with those around us. I'd love to talk to you more about this if you're interested. I hope you and Bappa are doing well.